So we're here at our monthly Make the Rest of Your Life the Best of Your Life event at Chapel of the Chimes, and our speaker today is Dr. J. Sordean. So we're here at our monthly Make the Rest of Your Life the Best of Your Life event at Chapel of the Chimes, and our speaker today is Dr. J. Sordean, who I had the joy of meeting just about 2 months ago, and I went, we need you here. So that we know that you or people you really love have the desire to make the next years the best of your life, which is really possible. We invited Dr. J here because of his more than 30 years of clinical experience in natural medicine, helping people achieve maximal wellness so they can achieve their goals and purpose in life, and that's through the end. And I'm going to add that I am blessed with having family members who, until the very last day, the last hours of their last day, we're still making new plans and learning new things.
And that's where we all would like to.
That's where we
have it in.
Yes, long time from now.
Yeah.
Over the course of his career, he's worked with thousands of patients, from infants to men and women well over their 90s. Dr. J is the author of 2 best-selling books on dementia and enhancing brain health. He's been invited as a medical expert on over 20 news talk shows around the country to help people avoid the mistakes that can lead to Alzheimer's and head injuries. You can see these segments on YouTube by going to his website, the redwoodclinic.com/media-kit. So Dr. J has 2 wonderful daughters, 13 and 20, who he's crazy about.
I am.
Cool. They're both bilingual in English and Hebrew. You're also bilingual, being fluent in Japanese. Dr. J lived in Japan for 3 years and translated professionally for 8 years, 5 of those at the National Cancer Institute in Philadelphia. It was in Philadelphia that he got the name Dr. J.
Anyone know who Dr. J is? The basketball player? Big, tall, Julius Erving.
Oh, Dr. J.
Has a hand 4 times bigger than mine.
Yeah. Feet a little longer. A little longer. So today, Dr. J will guide us through some of the steps he uses to improve people's brain health. He takes people through a scientifically based and thorough evaluation process first. Then he gives a rational, individualized plan with action steps to balance and tone the brain. So he calls his 7-step program Brain Health, with periods in between, the brain health process, so you can maximize your brain and heart health for a better life. So thank you, Dr. J.
Thank you so much, Pat. It's a great honor to be here today with this very auspicious group. And I appreciated hearing what each person brings with them. So, how many of you can see me? Okay. How many of you can hear me? How many of you can smell me? All right. I'd like you to take your right hand and touch your left arm. Okay. Great. Thank you. So, what gives each of us the ability to actually see, hear, smell, and touch? Our brain, exactly. Without our brain, none of this happens. So, does everyone here like seeing, hearing, smelling, and touching, like I do? Absolutely. So it's really important to take care of your brain and to value your brain. And so, how valuable is your brain? This is a model of a brain. This is not a real brain. But this is a model that I use in my TV appearances around the country on TV talk shows, talking about 3 mistakes to avoid getting Alzheimer's, and the brain formula. So, I also am wearing this gold tie in honor of each of our brains and in honor of my parents who passed some time ago. And one of the reasons why I wear this is because, like on the cover of this book, I have the brain as gold, because it's certainly worth more than its weight in gold. I think it's probably more like its weight in diamonds, perhaps, or something else. So, but a lot of people don't tend to really value their brains until they start to fall apart. Now, a very wise person once said, there are 3 things that nobody can take from us. It's the education that we went through, it's our experiences, and it's our memories. But when we think about it, when our brain, and all of our brains are engaged right now thinking about this, when we think about it, if our memory's gone, we lose our education and we lose our experiences. And Alzheimer's and dementia are cognitive function as well as memory decline. So it's very key to take care of our memory. So my mission is to prevent 1 million cases of Alzheimer's. And so that is why I wrote these 2 different books. And both have actually became best-selling books. My name is Dr. Jay Sordean. I've been in practice, as Pat said, I've been in practice in California for more than 30 years in natural medicine. And I've also been involved with natural medicine for more than 40 years, since early college years when I first started studying Tai Chi Chuan. So today I'm going to give you a taste of some of the transformation that I bring to patients in a way that's outlined in these 2 books. So I'll promise you that later, and I'm using my notes a little bit because I have to sort of pack in a lot in the short time we have.
And I like that they're in big print.
Yeah, big print so I can see it, so I know where I am. So I promise you that later I will mention the 7-step program that I mentioned, and Pat mentioned it. I call it the Brain Health, BRAINHEALTH program. So I'm only going to be able to share a small part of that with you today. But let me tell you, why am I so passionate about brain health? Well, during my teen years, between 13 and 18, my father was dying of cancer. And in the last couple of years, it was metastatic to his brain, and so his personality changed radically. And so I'm going, wow, this is so, what's going on here? And as a teenager back then, that was in the early 70s, my father died, and essentially he was skin and bones practically when he died, and that was a week before I graduated from high school. And so there wasn't a whole lot I could do at that age, and I didn't know much about natural medicine. And back in the 70s, what we knew about the brain and what we knew about natural medicine was not as expansive as it is now. So as Pat was saying, we live in a very golden age now, where so much more is available for us to understand how to take care of ourselves and the connections between different parts of not only neurotransmitters, but our diet and exercise and how that influences our brain health. So I've also had numerous patients whose parents had Alzheimer's or dementia. And the toll it takes on those individuals is so huge. I often wish that I'd be able to meet those people earlier to see if we could help do something to prevent that. So I have a couple questions. Are you tired of not having the pep that you want and need, but don't know what to do about it? Or perhaps you might be concerned that your memory is not as good as it used to be. And your doctor just says, well, that's just a normal part of aging. Not really taking it seriously. And do you perhaps need some concrete steps to take because you have a parent who has dementia or Alzheimer's and you don't want to go down the same path? So I hope that our time together will help those who, number one, are tired and not as energetic as they think they should be, or they might be struggling with some gradual memory loss. People who have a fear of being debilitated by the same brain disease they watched their relatives or loved ones succumb to after battling with it for so long. And perhaps you might be easily distracted at homework, school, or in relationships. You think perhaps you might want to optimize your brain to overcome fatigue and sleep problems, or you might want to avoid high medical bills, nursing home costs, and bankruptcy, because these kind of debilitating illnesses can lead to this. I was talking to someone in New York recently, and a memory care facility out there is $9,000 a month. That can eat up your money really fast. So my methods today that I'll talk about will help you feel more alert, awake, and brimming with energy. It'll help you be more engaged at work, at home, and in schools, and creating more deeply supportive relationships. So My brain health process consists of, so H is history taking. So we go into detailed history taking in order for you to have a chance to really express what's going on in your whole life. So we really know the different steps and things that have changed, so we can figure out what can we alter if we need to make you more healthy and to save your brain. E is evaluation and examination. So I use a variety of different kinds of in-depth surveys to give me information about different parts of your brain, actually, different neurotransmitters, and different aspects of your health that may need to be worked on in order to keep your brain healthier. A is analysis, then, of both that information and a neurological examination that we do that's very in-depth. So we don't forget to overturn every little rock and cranny that maybe needs to be polished off a little bit. Then L is laboratory testing. Now, that we test so we can better understand what factors might lead to brain degeneration, so you know more about yourself, and the factors that you could possibly control in your life that may lead to brain degeneration, like testing for heavy metal toxicity or for other chemical toxicities in your body that are all neurodegenerative. T, this is H-E-A-L-T-H, right? I'm just going through the health of the part of brain health. And T is a treatment plan that is individualized, so you know what we do together and why I'm suggesting what we do. And then H is doing the actual work, but doing healthy habit changes and using things like food, exercise, meditation, hypnotherapy, acupuncture, NRCT supplements, and medical foods. So essentially it's giving you actions that you can use to feel more vital, less fatigued, and more able to authentically engage in your life with your family, with your children, with your grandchildren, friends, and loved ones. Does that sound good? I think we all want that. Now, 1 in 3 people dies with dementia. 1 in 8 people in America has dementia, and 50 million Americans have Alzheimer's right now. As you may know, dementia is a larger category, and Alzheimer's is one of the 16, or there's different ways to categorize. But Alzheimer's is one of those categories of dementia. But it composes about 70% of the cases of dementia, Alzheimer's does. There are a lot of ways to actually, Alzheimer's Association says brain degeneration in Alzheimer's occurs over a long period of time. It's actually a slow process, usually. And so intervening early is very important, but most doctors actually are not looking at this and taking the time to actually do the thorough evaluation that's necessary. And so that's why I kind of stepped in and said, hey, we have to do something about this epidemic. And there are a lot of steps that are necessary. So one of the things that I do, as I mentioned in the E part of health, is evaluation. And so in each of my books, I have a variety of surveys that you can fill out that help you better understand whether maybe toxicity is an issue in your life or blood sugar issues. But today, Dr. Fong is going to help me pass out some little survey forms. And we're going to, everyone take one. And anyone need pens? Raise your hand if you need a pen. We've got lots of pens. You need a pen? All right. So I'd like you to fill out this survey. And if you put your name, phone, and email down on there, later on I'm going to offer people a gift. I can't sell anything today, but because you're such a great community, this media group, I want to offer something special to you. And so it'll be an opportunity to qualify for a one-on-one consultation where we go over various surveys. But so let's have you fill this out. So the first one here, which is underneath the super brain, the cover of my book. Let's have you fill that one out. And so you enter the appropriate number, either 0, 1, 2, or 3, with 0 as the least or never, and 3 as the most or always. So crave sweets during the day, for example. Or irritable if meals are missed. So please go through and mark those in as a 0, 1, 2, or 3. And then once you fill that in, I ask that you total it as well.